All right, guys, today we're done with graphs. Now we're on to modeling with word problems. So exponential growth and decay word problems. So an exponential growth model is if it is growing or increasing at the same rate every month, year, day. Okay, and this is the formula for exponential growth. And a function is called decaying if it is decreasing at the same rate every year, month, or day. And the formula for exponential decay is this one. So as you guys notice, it's the same formula, but if it's growing, it's a plus, and if it's decaying, it's a minus. And you don't have to memorize these. I'm going to give them to you. But let's talk about what the letters mean. So C is going to be the initial amount. Okay, depending on the problem. Could be anything. The initial amount. R is the rate. But it's usually given as a percent, but you're going to need to convert it to a decimal when you plug it in. Now, let me give you guys an example. How do you write 5% as a decimal? So think back to like middle school. You move the decimal 2 spots to the left. And then you add a 0 if you don't have any numbers there. So 5% would really be 0.05. Okay, so we're going to be doing that a lot, moving the decimal 2 spots to write it as a decimal. And then T is the time. So that could be years, minutes, hours, days, seconds, whatever it is, weeks. Okay, so all you guys have to do is read the problem, figure out if it's a growth or a decay, and then just plug the numbers in and solve. Okay, so number 1's about bacteria. First thing, is it a growth or decay? So you're going to look for keywords that say either like increasing or decreasing. Here we go. Grows. Grows means we're going to use the growth model here. So you're going to write down y equals c times 1 plus r to the t power. And now let's figure out what each of those letters is. So C is the initial amount. The number of bacteria is 180 at noon. Okay, so 180 is the starting amount. The R is the percent rate, but you have to convert it to a decimal. So you move the decimal 2 spots over. And there were numbers in both of those spots, so we don't have to add any zeros. It's just 0.22. And then T is the time that has passed. All right, now you guys have to be careful. If it started at noon and it ended at 8, how many hours have passed? So from 12 to 8, isn't that just 8 hours? Okay, so T is 8. So it's the time that has passed from start to finish. Okay, let's plug everything in and solve. So it's y equals C, which is 180, times 1 plus r, which is 0.22, raised to the t power, so raised to the 8th power. All you guys have to do is type this in the calculator. And let's see how much bacteria we have now. Okay, so 180 times 1 plus 0.22, parentheses, raised to the 8th power. Make sure you guys do parentheses. You got to be careful how you type this in. And it looks like we have about 883 let's round to the nearest hundredth, 39 bacteria. I don't know what the unit for bacteria is, so we'll just call it bacteria. So see how much it grew? It grew from 180 to like 800 something. All right, let's try another one. You deposit $500 in an account that grows. All right, so this is another growth. So our model is going to be the plus one. Y equals C times 1 plus R to the T power. Okay. Let's figure out what everything is. All right, C is the initial amount. How much money do you start with? And that's $500. R is the rate. And, oh, here we go. 8%. Okay, so we have to convert 8% to a decimal, which means we move it 2 spots to the left, but we need to add a 0 because there wasn't a number there. So this one's going to be 0.08. And T is going to be how much time has passed. And it says 6 years later. So T is going to be 6. All right, let's plug everything in. So Y equals C is 500 times 1 plus R is 0.08, and then we're raising it to the T power, so a little 6. And then we just need to type that in. Okay, so 500 parentheses 1 plus 0.08 parentheses raised to the 6th power. And you guys end up with 700, and this is money, right? $793.44. That's why you always want to put your money in the bank to gain interest. All right, let's do one more. How about number 3? And then I think we're good. Okay, key word here, guys, is loses. They're losing money. So this is going to be the minus model. Y equals C times 1 minus R to the T power. All right, C is the starting value. What's the starting value? $2,000, right? So T is 2,000. R is the percent, but 20% as a decimal, 2 spots, is going to be 0.20. And the time, it says 4 years. So T is 4. All right, let's plug everything in. Y equals C is 2,000 times 1 minus R is 0.20 to the 4th power. And then you guys type it in and you're done. Now this number should be lower than 2,000 because we are losing money. 1 minus 0.2 all raised to the 4th power. This is money? Is this money? Yeah. So the computer's only worth $819.20 after 4 years. Because computers lose value as years go on. All right, guys, that was long enough. I think we can skip 4. Homework is, I believe, the next 2 pages. Good luck.